How much Jason Momoa makes in 2022? Hello everyone! Jason Momoa's net worth is almost as intimidating as his famous role in Game of Thrones as Khal Drogo. On the other hand, it basically gives him the ability to spend more money than his more recent billion-dollar generating on-screen alter ego Aquaman, so there's that. The Hawaii-born actor has been in the business since 1999, so it's no surprise that he's worth a pretty penny. You didn't expect me to tell you that easily, didn't you? No, calculating someone's net worth isn't as easy as putting a price tag on them. There are numerous factors such as the number of his films, TV shows, and so on. We will, however, be generous and give you a hint. He's worth a lot of money. Not bad at all. Here's how Jason went from being a Honolulu-born, Midwestern-bred guy to being able to afford the rich and famous lifestyle. He began his career, like many other celebrities, on a soap opera-style television show. Baywatch is a well-known television series. Fighting crime while looking good on the beach? Riverdale could never do it. I went to a casting call for Baywatch Hawaii when I was in Hawaii. It was basically like a cattle call for 1,300 people. Jason explained about the auditioning process. I got there, and when I finally got to the front of the line 7 hours later, they said, "Oh, you've got to have a resume." "Oh yeah, well, I don't have one," I said. "Dude, have you ever acted?" they asked. I said no. He made it work though, and went on to play Jason Ioane on Baywatch Hawaii from 1999 to 2001. Jason, the character, stood out from the other ridiculously hot lifeguards because at 19 he was the youngest. He was headstrong, a great swimmer, and obsessed with reconnecting with his Hawaiian heritage. I can't speak for Mr. Momoa's swimming abilities, but the other characteristics are undeniably positive. Khal Drogo, the terrifying Dothraki Khalasar who eventually became Daenerys Targaryen's love. Khal Drogo played an important role as Khaleesi's husband and the father of her deceased child for 2 seasons. And he provided her with an army that was critical to her journey to Westeros. Khal Drogo played an important role as Khaleesi's husband and the father of her deceased child for 2 seasons, and he provided her with an army that was critical to her journey to Westeros. Leading ladies like Emilia Clarke were paid 7 figures per episode. Jason's pace was undoubtedly lower, but he was still well compensated. Unfortunately, he stated that he struggled financially after his death. I mean, after Game of Thrones, we were starving. He explained to Install, "I couldn't find work. It's extremely difficult when you have children and are completely in debt." Of course, Jason had a variety of roles, but joining the DC Universe significantly increased his pay. He also appeared in Justice League as Aquaman. Oh, and he'll also appear in the Aquaman sequel. He reportedly made $15 million for the first superhero film and was set to receive a large payout from HBO Max if the sequel premiered on the streaming service as well as in theaters on the same day as part of Warner Brothers' pandemic distributions experiment. Obviously, it wasn't, but the fact that industry insiders were buzzing about a big payday for him, if it had suggests that he'll earn a lot of money for Aquaman 2 and that his salary will include bonuses based on how much the film earns at the box office. In Fast X, Jason joins the Fast and Furious franchise. His exact salary for the role is unknown, but sources recently told The Hollywood Reporter that the film's overall budget is approaching $300 million, thanks in large part to the salaries of its actors. Have you ever seen the show See? When Apple TV Plus first launched, it was one of its first series. It's a science fiction drama, and Jason had the lead role. The show has been renewed to a 2nd season, and he is reportedly paid $600,000 per episode. And Jason's collaborations with Apple TV Plus is clearly going well, as Deadline reported in April 2022 that the streaming platform gave a straight-to-series order to a limited series he wrote called Chief of War. There have been no public reports on how much the deal is worth, but given that Jason will also executive produce and star in the series, we can assume the pay will be greater than what he earns for C. Remember Jason's Quicken Loans 2020 Super Bowl commercials? Brand endorsement are always a good way for celebrities and influencers to make money, but Super Bowl commercials can be especially lucrative. According to Variety in 2021, A-listers who appears in Super Bowl commercials typically earns a minimum of $5 million, with some earning up to $7 million. Aside from his acting credits and work as a writer and executive producer, Jason is the founder of Mananalu, an aluminum water bottle company that aims to reduce the use of single plastic water bottles. We can't wait any longer. It's time to stop pointing fingers and start working on a solution. In a quote on the company's website, he explains, "Single-use plastic is harmful for both people and the environment. It's time to make the switch to aluminum." That's all we've got for now. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button.